Thanks, girl. Indie pop sounds simple. The soft vocals, the minimal production, and because of that, people think it's super easy to make it, that you can just pick up your guitar, put some reverb on it, and go on your merry way, call it a day. But the thing is, just because a song sounds simple, that doesn't mean there's not a lot to it. Indie pop might sound effortless, but making it feel effortless is the hard part. When you have a more stripped back, simple production, every choice you make matters. So today we're gonna break down why indie pop isn't as simple as you might think, and we're gonna use I Miss You, I'm Sorry by Gracie Abrams as our example, our case study, if you wanna be scientific method. If you've ever been on TikTok, I'm sure you've seen either people performing their own indie pop songs, covering indie pop songs, just sitting with their acoustic guitar, playing you something. And those songs are great, we love those songs. That's why people connect with indie pop as a genre. The whole indie pop aesthetic is about feeling really personal, almost oversharing, like you're reading somebody's diary or the artist is performing the song just to you. These songs make you feel like you could have written them yourself, and that's why they feel so good and so special. But that simplicity is super deceptive, because what makes a song work in this genre isn't that it's all simple, but every element is crafted to make you feel a certain way. Under all that simplicity, there's a lot of little things happening. There's textures, there's atmospheres, finding the perfect vocal take, finding the right harmonies. There's so much that goes into it. And all these tiny details create a world for the song to live in. A little song world for the song. And like I said earlier, a song that showcases this really well is I Miss You, I'm Sorry. So let's talk about the song, let's break it down. The first thing you hear in the verse is this soft piano. And if you listen closer, it's not perfectly clean. You can hear the keys moving and like the pedals lifting up and down. There's some imperfections to the whole thing. And if you zoom out and look underneath the piano, you can hear all these textures and atmosphere that they added. They're super subtle in the context of the entire song, but if you didn't have them, it would feel like you were missing something. Here's an example of another song with just a piano versus a piano and these textures, the ear candy, and see how different it feels with it versus without it. And then there's Gracie, there's her voice.
Do you remember Happy Together? I do.
And it comes in really simple. It's just a lead vocal, but it feels so haunting and good, and that's because of the reverb. They're using this reverb with a really long tail that lets each phrase kind of just hang out there in the open, which makes it feel like, you know, you're trailing off in thought, you're lingering, you're thinking.
Then all of a sudden, you're sick to your stomach. Is that still true?
When we get to the second verse, things pick up a bit, but it is still so simple because verse 1 and chorus 1 just had the piano and some textures. We can introduce just a couple elements in verse 2 and it feels like so much is happening.
Good to each other, give it to summer. I knew you too.
A kick comes in every measure, and then there's this really simple percussion layer underneath that. It's just this steady, understated rhythm that pushes the song forward a bit. And then verse 2 is also where we finally get a little bit more vocally. We get these accent harmonies on certain phrases.
Nothing happened in the way I wanted. Every corner of this house is.
But you just get a little bit more and you're itching to hear more and to keep listening. It just pulls you into the world. And then there's the most powerful moment of the entire song right after the second chorus, right before the bridge, where they cut everything away completely.
But I miss you, I'm sorry.
It's total silence. And that's why they're able to get the bridge to hit so hard, not because it's this huge bridge, but because you took everything away first.
I don't wanna go, we've been here before. Everywhere I go leads me back to you.
In the grand scheme of production, this bridge is still super minimal. It's not like this stadium pop drop we're all raving at the club. It's still very restrained, but what they do add gives enough payoff. There's a snare that comes in, there's some strings that give it a nice lift.
I don't wanna go, think I'll make it this flight. Everything I know brings me back to this.
And it's still simple and delicate and restrained, but it feels so good. The payoff is so good because we took everything away and then we gave you more than you've had. So why does this all matter? Being able to make something that is raw and honest takes a lot of thought and dedication to the song and understanding the song and the artist. A huge part of production in general, and especially indie pop production where the songs are really personal to the artist, is trust. The artist has to trust their producer enough to be completely vulnerable with them and feel comfortable doing that. And the producer has to really be able to listen and understand them and what they have to say. It's more than just making a song, it's about capturing someone's feeling and emotion and telling a story. That's why indie pop resonates with so many people so deeply, because when you make each decision with care, the listener can tell, they can feel it, and they appreciate it. Even if they don't fully understand why, they can feel it. So what do you think? Do you think that indie pop is overhyped or underhyped? And why? Write your essay in the comments. If you like this style of video, it's a little different than anything else I've made, leave a comment because I'm happy to make more if you like it. If you hate it, I'll delete this video and I'll never come back to YouTube. Okay, love you, bye!